sweet air that's here in the studio, and all the healing that's gone on in here. Fairies are gathering together as one. We beseech you, we're here to teach you global harmony, global harmony, global harmony. The fairies' work is never done, this world must rearrange. There's magic here, let's bring it clear, it's time we made a change. Fairies are awakening the memories within. Look inside and realize it's where we can begin. Join the fairy movement, for we are all akin. We're here to teach you, and we beseech you, global harmony, global harmony, global harmony. We're going to move into a little kirtan. Do you know what that means, the word kirtan? It's, some people say kirtan or kirtan, but it's a Sanskrit word and it's pronounced kirtan, and it means to come together to sing. And a traditional kirtan is where there's a leader and a group, and it'll go like this. I am that I am. There's nothing you can do that can't be done. There's nothing you can do that can't be done. There's nothing you can sing that can't be sung. There's nothing you can sing that can't be sung. There's nothing you can do, but you can learn to play the game. There's nothing you can do, but you can learn to play the game. It's easy. It's easy. It's easy. It's easy. All you need is love. All you need is love. All you need is love, love. All you need is love. Love is all you need. Love is all you need. And so it is. Okay. All you need is love. My Shruti box needs to go to the Shruti box hospital. So, we're going to do a song that I created not long after I lost my hearing in my right ear. I lost my hearing. Not that I'm not like a complaint, but where are the gifts in anything that happens to us? It's a really good way, I think, and so, yeah, I lost my hearing, and the doctor put me on steroids. Don't ever go on steroids if you don't have to. I kind of had a meltdown one night, and somebody wasn't very nice to me, and I wrote this song. I wrote 3 songs that day on steroids.
Literally on steroids.
I was literally on steroids, and 3 songs came out, and there's one of them that's called "It's About Love." It's about freedom. It's about joy for you and me, son. It's about peace and cooperation as I release into transformation. It's about love. It's about joy. It's about peace for every girl and boy. It's about love. It's about freedom. It's about joy for you and me, son. joy. It's about peace for every girl and boy, woman and man. It's about love. It's about freedom. It's about joy for you and me, son. And it's about peace and communication. And it's about love and a high vibration. And it's about love. This is your part. It's about love. 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 It's about love, love, love. It's about love, unconditional love. It's about love, love, love. It's about love and peace and power. It's about love and wisdom and knowledge. It's about love and gratitude. It's about love. 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 And so it is.
Okay.
You know, I've learned over the years that, you know, if I'm not feeling quite up to par, you know, being a creative person takes a lot of solitude because I have to be able to listen to my own thoughts, and sometimes it's a place of, and it doesn't feel very good, you know, maybe there's a little dark night of the soul going on, and that did happen when I lost my hearing. And I got to present at a little church that meets at Friends Meeting House in Lake Worth, and I ran into Vicki White. She's a wonderful psychic. And you know, psychic reading, it's not something that I seek out, you know, because I have a strong belief that whatever I need to know, I can find the answers. But if somebody offers me a reading, I was like, okay. So she says, because when I first met you, I met her back in the early 90s. When I first met you, you were like giving everybody fairy blessings, and you had all this energy, and you don't seem the same. I'm giving you a reading. So she gave me a reading. We're going to do Love and Light. And she gave me a reading, and I kept interrupting because I had questions, and because she says, I can't really do this reading with all these questions. But basically, what she told me was to listen to your guides. Isn't that the best advice? Yeah, she's telling me to go within for the answers. And so I listened to my guides. And this is what they told me. Life is happening in the moment. Love and light to you. That's your part. Know that all is as it should be. Love and light to you. Love and light to you. Love and light is true. Love and light to you. Love and light to you. Now I enter into stillness. From the center comes the goodness. Love and light to you. Love and light to you. Love and light is true. Love and light to you. Love and light to you. See all of creation move into transformation. Love and light is true. Love sight is true. Love and light to you. Life is happening in the moment. Love and light to you. Know that all is as it should be. Love and light to you. Love and light to you. Love and light is true. Love and light to you. 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 Love and light to you.
All right. Love and light to you.
So, I'm in classes right now, and it's taken up so much time. I have one more class to go, and then I have 2 weeks off. Then I have 10 more classes, then I have 2 weeks off. Then I have 10 more. I have to do 60 classes. So, it's a lot. Yes, it's a lot. So, the class is in the Science of Mind. I'm in practitioner training, and I've done all the work in the past, but because I didn't get my license back then, and I never got it, I had to do all the classes. So now the practitioner training is it's 2 years, you know, and plus all the other classes I just took. But I love it because I'm reading these Ernest. Anybody here ever heard of Ernest Holmes? Who's heard of Ernest Holmes? He is the author of the book The Science of Mind, and it teaches mental science. It teaches us, you know, it's a philosophy. And it's not like you go there, you go to the Center for Spiritual Living, and they don't tell you what to think. You know, in a lot of churches will tell you, you have to believe this or you have to think that. And that's fine. If you believe it, I don't have a problem with that. But what they do is not tell you what to think, but teach you how to think so that you can live a conscious, effective life if that's what you want to do. And I love Ernest Holmes, and he's come out with lots of the different sayings. I call them Ernest Holmes mantra. And so this is going to be 4 songs. I have to find them. I gave my copies to James. So let me see. I'm going to find them here. So the first one I wrote was, there's a power for good in the universe, and you can use it. There's a power for good in the universe, and you can use it. And then I added, if you choose it, make it musical. There's a power for good in the universe, and you can use it right now. And the idea of power is the only power that we have is in the moment, right now. The power of now. And the power of when we affirm, when we say things that we want to make manifest. I am, I know, I have, I am in the present moment. So the first one is called There's a Power, and then we're going to move into a couple other ones. There's going to be 4 altogether. And when I first did, I made sure they were all in a key. It's the key of C minor, because I wanted James to be able to like really know his way around the fingerboard. And I also do kirtan, as I mentioned, which is a lot of Sanskrit chanting, and what you're doing is you're singing the same sacred names and holy phrases over and over, and something happens in the body where the cells actually change. And it takes 20 or 30 minutes to have this happen. So, and that's great. I love that. But with the Ernest Holmes mantras, we're going to go for a while because it's all going to be in one key. This is sort of like a gift that I got. Oh, wow, we're going to be in one key, that we can have our cells change. But also, these are mental concepts, which can be instant. You know, you can be enlightened like that, and your energy can be raised. So let's see if we can do some of that, some of raising the energy. So we're going to all sing these, too. There's a power for good in the universe, and you can use it if you choose it. There's a power for good in the universe, and you can use it right now. Let's try that again. There's a power for good in the universe, and you can use it if you choose it. There's a power for good in the universe, and you can use it right now. And the power of now is calling me, and the power of now brings me all I can be, and the power of now is listening and beckoning me. There's a power for good in the universe, and you can use it if you choose it. There's a power for good in the universe, and you can use it right now. And the power of I am is calling me, and the power of I am brings me all I can be, and the power of I am and the power of now are beckoning me. There's a power for good in the universe, you can use it if you choose it. There's a power for good in the universe, and you can use it right now, and you can use it right now. One more. And you can use it right now. But then he also talks about when we create something in our minds, you know, when we co-create, thought is created, we think it's something that we want to have a demonstration, a physical demonstration. He calls that creating a spiritual prototype. Doesn't that sound scientific? A spiritual prototype. And he says that we're building our future one belief at a time, kind of with the end in mind. You know, where we know what it is that we want, and we think about it. That or something better to come up for us. Finish your part. I'm building my future one belief at a time. It's nature or nurture, one belief at a time. I'm building my future one belief at a time. It's nature or nurture, one belief at a time. And we're going to do this next part like kirtan, okay? It is done unto you as you believe. And it comes as you open to receive. And it comes as you open to receive. You can achieve all that you can conceive. You can achieve all that you can conceive. I'm building my future one belief at a time. It's nature or nurture, one belief at a time. Can achieve out to Alex. There's a universal consciousness. It comes with the thought that I am blessed. I know. This I know. And I believe in my heart and mind with the faith of God that all is divine. I know. This I know. Prayer is communion, a sacred union, a secret place of the Most High. Prayer is an openness and a willingness to see the world with the eyes of God. I know. This I know. I know. This I know. I know, this I know. And you know why I know this? I'll tell you. I am made of God, and God is all of me, and you and me. I am made of the Goddess, and she is all of me. I am made of spirit, see it, feel it, hear it. I am made of God, and God is all of me. Let's do that again. I am made of God, and God is all of me. I am made of the Goddess, and she is all of me. I am made of spirit, see it, feel it, hear it. I am made of God, and God is all of me. There's a presence, there's an essence, there's a light within me that shines. There's a presence, there's an essence, reflecting the divine. There's a presence, there's an essence, there's a light within me that shines. There's a presence, there's an essence, reflecting the divine. I know, this I know, I know, this I know, I know, and so it is. I have a CD coming out next year. When I get my license, it's going to be called Earnest. And it's going to be all these Ernest Holmes mantras and chants. And can I do one more?
Yeah.
I was reading. I think it was in the Essential Ernest Holmes. I love that book because it's like the whole textbook, but it's about half the size, so it's sort of the condensed version, even though it's a big, thick book. And he talks about the central flame. The central flame, and the center, or the flame is another word with a capital F, another word for spirit or God or all that is, or whatever, higher power, whatever you want to call that energy. So the central flame, and I like the idea of the word central because central means center, and we say its center is everywhere and its circumference is nowhere. I love that idea. And then there's another phrase in the book where he says, love points the way. If you're following your heart and you're following love, you're probably not going to get lost. So the song is the central flame of love points the way. And I did bring water and I don't know where it is, but Rose, would you mind? Thank you, sweetie. So I had a house guest, and I'm not going to mention any name. You don't know who this person is, but I hadn't seen her in like how many years? Like 34 years or something. Whoa. We knew each other in Europe briefly, and anyway. So she was coming over from across the pond, and you know, it was interesting what happens when you don't see somebody for 34 years. Either one. James want one? Okay. But we were definitely not the same as we were 34 years ago. And, you know, and I need to have some silence and solitude around me because that's how I operate, and I wasn't getting that. So that's kind of in the song about the central flame of love points the way. I mean, I tried to be as loving as I could be. This highest form of spirit has its say. No words, only feeling. So powerful and healing. So this is about, we don't always need words to communicate. And so that's another thing. You know, I had some discomfort, and, you know, I own that I had discomfort, but I took it and I turned it into a song. So it's in the key of E flat. Can you play the clarinet or anything like that? I don't know if Doug's ever heard this song. The central flame of love points the way. His highest form of spirit has its say. No words, only feeling, so powerful and healing. The central flame of love points the way. The central flame of love points the way. And the central flame of love in my heart, and the heart of God and mine never part. No words are oh so free, the power of just being. The central flame of love in my heart, the central flame of love in my heart. Only love knows love, and love knows only love. Only love knows love, and love knows only love. Only love knows love, and love knows only love. Only love. The central flame of love heals my soul, knowing I am perfect and whole. No words bring me comfort, the flame is what I've come for. The central flame of love heals my soul. The central flame of love heals my soul. Only love knows love, and love knows only love. Only love knows love, and love knows only love. Only love knows love, and love knows only love. Only love. Central flame of love points the way. His highest form of spirit has its say. No words, only feeling, so powerful and healing. The central flame of love points the way. The central flame of love points the way. The central flame of love points the way. I know, came out, you know, this, I just thought my mind went somewhere during that, and
I never played that song.
yeah, we never heard it before. This is Doug Tesler, by the way. Let's give him a hand. And James, beloved of the Fae, Alexander, the wind beneath my wings, my gorgeous husband. But what I was, I'm in this practitioner training course, and so I signed a contract that says every day I will do a personal inventory, of my own inside inventory. And so while I'm singing, I'm thinking, well, maybe that's why I attract all these people that, get on my nerves, because then I get to write these songs.
Absolutely.
Right? So why don't we do a little bit of cover material, because I know you guys probably would like that. Some of you know that I am a certified Beatleologist. And so we're going to do a John Lennon song. Beatleologist. Yes, I'm certified. It was really great. I created this program a few years ago because it was John Lennon's birthday the next day, and I was at this church up in Alabama, and we had a birthday party. It was when he would have been 74. I think that was probably, he was born in 1940, so 2014. And so I worked up all this John Lennon material, and while I'm doing the songs, I'm thinking, that's a spiritual principle. Oh, that's like Signs of Mind. And I'm just getting these ideas. And so then, because of that, I created a program called Spirituality and the Beatles. And I was so excited to get to present this because I've been a Beatlemaniac since I was 10, since they first came to the United States. And how many people saw them the first time they were on TV? What show was that?
The Ed Sullivan Show.
That was the first time they were on live, but I was actually, that was February 9th, 1964, and January 3rd, I think it was, 1964. I couldn't sleep. So I went downstairs, I turned on the TV, and I turned on the Jack Parr Show. How many people here have heard of Jack Parr? A few? Some people? Jack Parr was like Johnny Carson before Johnny Carson got the job. Really great. He was great. And so I turned it on, and he's talking about these 4 lads from Liverpool, and the girls go crazy, and they have really long hair, and I got to see them the first time they were on TV in America. And then, 6 weeks later, I Want to Hold Your Hand is on the radio, She Loves You, Love Me Do, and the rest is history. So I created this program in spirituality and the Beatles, and one of the first songs in the actual program is this one, Across the Universe, because I talk about how, just briefly, how they started to experiment with lots of different kinds of drugs over the years. Probably every mind-altering substance known to humanity at the time they experimented with, and they always did everything as a team. They were always together. They did everything together. And then 1966 comes, and they've been together now. Well, as the Beatles since 1960, but they were not Ringo, but the 3 were together. They met when they were 16. Paul and George and John were 16, and George was 14. I mean, these guys grew up together. So now they're getting older, they're starting to get closer to 30, and they decided they wanted to try to get high naturally, and they learned how to do transcendental meditation, which includes a mantra. So this song has a mantra, and it goes like this: Jai Guru Deva, Jai Guru Deva. Jai means hail, or victory to. Guru is the inner teacher, and Deva is God. So hail to the inner knowing, the inner all that is. And then he punctuates the mantra with an Om. Om, the universal sound of creation. Everything comes from Om. We've heard in the beginning there was the word, but really in the beginning there was the sound, and the sound was Om. And everything came out of that vibration. So if you want to add power to your meditations and your yoga classes, end them with an Om. Then he continues, nothing's gonna change that, I'm thinking, oh yeah, that's just John Lennon being flippant. You know, that's just John being himself. My favorite Beatle, of course. But as I thought about it from a spiritual or metaphysical interpretation, I thought, well, everything in the physical world is a thing. Everything is a thing. But in the spiritual or metaphysical or an unseen world, there are no things. So he's saying, no thing, nothing, no thing, spirit, is going to change my world. That's the way I like to interpret it, where he's opening up to spirit. So, nothing's gonna change my world. 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 Let's take the chorus. Jai Guru Deva. Nothing's gonna change my world. 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 Words are flying out like endless rain into a paper cup. They slither while they pass, they slip away across the universe. Pools of sorrow, waves of joy are drifting through my open mind, possessing and caressing me. Hear this? Jai Guru Deva. Nothing's gonna change my world. 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 Images of broken light which dance before me like a million eyes that call me on and on across the universe. Thoughts meander like a restless wind inside a letterbox. They tumble blindly as they make their way across the universe. Jai Guru Deva. Nothing's gonna change my world. 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 Sounds of laughter, shades of earth are ringing through my open views, inciting and inviting me. Limitless, undying love, which shines around me like a million suns. It calls me on and on across the universe. Jai Guru Deva. Nothing's gonna change my world. then Jai Guru Deva, Jai Guru Deva, Jai Guru Devi, Jai Guru Hold the note. Okay, so where are we going? How about another Beatles song? How about Paul McCartney? I do this in the spirituality program also. I never really thought that Paul was that spiritually aware, but I've done more research, and he was, yeah, he, in his own way, not as overtly as George. And John, to me, is like was so new thought. So new thought, where George was, many of his thoughts were that aligned with that philosophy, but he was a Hare Krishna devotee, and that's religion, so he was more religious. But, the Beatles started in the 1960s, and really John was the leader. Did you all know John was the leader of the Beatles, the original leader? Of course you would know, but it started as the Quarrymen. John went to Quarry High School, and then he met Paul, and he invited Paul to be in the band, and then Paul brought George, and then they became the Silver Beatles. I like that, the Silver Beatles. Yeah. And then they became the Beatles, and then they evolved into having Ringo instead of Pete Best as the drummer, but John was the leader. But then as they got more and more more and more years of being together, John, he even admits it. People say I'm lazy, and John didn't really care that much about the Beatles. He had Yoko now, and they were getting older. It was time, it was like, it was starting to become sort of a bad marriage. And but Paul took over. And evidently Paul was kind of like a little dictator with the group, because it really meant more to him than it meant to John now. So Paul, he's seeing this tumultuous time of the group, and it didn't really resonate with him. He didn't like it. And he had a dream one night, and his mother came to him in the dream. And his mother, basically, she said, it's going to be okay, allow it, it'll be all right. But she didn't use the words allow it, she used the words let it be. And people often think that Mother Mary is, the Blessed Mother, but his mother's name was Mary, and his first daughter's name is Mary. And she actually came to him in that dream, and so maybe this song will have a different meaning when you hear it now. Really his mom. And one more thing about the mothers. Paul lost his mother when he was a young boy, I think under 10. And John never had his mother, Julia. He didn't really have her. She was kind of off flitting around the world. And then when he got to be a teenager, she came back into his life. John was raised by his Aunt Mimi. But Julia came back into his life. She taught John the banjo. She really got him into music. And they were having a really sweet, wonderful time getting to know each other. And somebody ran her over with a car, and she was killed. And Paul and John were really bonded when they were teenagers because they were two motherless boys. When I find myself in times of trouble, Mother Mary comes to me, speaking words of wisdom, let it be. And in my hour of darkness, she is standing right in front of me, speaking words of wisdom, let it be. Let it be, let it be, let it be, let it be. Whisper words of wisdom, let it be. And when the broken-hearted people living in the world agree, there will be an answer, let it be. With though they may be parted, there is still a chance that they will see. There will be an answer. Let it be. 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 There will be an answer. Let it be. 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 Whisper words of wisdom. Let it be. And when the night is cloudy, there is still a light that shines on me. Shine until tomorrow. Let it be. I wake up to the sound of music. Mother Mary comes to me. There will be no sorrow. Let it be. 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 There will be no sorrow. Let it be. 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 Whisper words of wisdom. Let it be.
And we're gonna do one more, and we're gonna do a George song. And
I created that spirituality in the Beatles program, and I did it a lot. I performed this presentation many times at like Unitarian churches. Unitarians love it because it's not too spiritual, and but people just were really loving it. And so I decided that I would put together another one, and I did one called The Spirit of George Harrison. And George Harrison was actually my least favorite Beatle. I didn't like his voice, and he was the youngest, and I just didn't resonate with him at first. And then the Beatles broke up, and he wrote My Sweet Lord, and I love that song. And because of his consciousness, we have a lot of Hare Krishna, we have a lot of chanting in this country, and George kind of did that. And so I really did a lot of research of the George Harrison flame, where I changed keys all over because of George, and I really got to experience Beatlemania all over for George Harrison. I didn't feel it yet, but anyway, we're going to do this song. I think it reflects and explains even the law of impermanence. It's called All Things Must Pass. Sunrise doesn't last all morning. The cloudburst doesn't last all day. Seems my love is up and has left you with no warning. It's not always gonna be this great. All things must pass. All things must pass away. Sunset doesn't last all evening. A mind can blow those clouds away. After all this, my love is up and must be leaving. It's not always gonna be this great. All things must pass. All things must pass away. All things must pass. None of life's strings can last. Now the darkness always stays the right time. In the morning it will fade away. Daylight is good at arriving at the right time. It's not always gonna be this great. All things must pass. All things must pass away. All things must pass. All things must pass away. All things must pass away. All things must pass away.
Thank you. Thank you.
You said it all going.
I got it all going.
So I wanted to sing this. There's a little medley, and how many people went to the Women's March? Did anybody here go? I went. Yeah. In West Palm, we had 5,000 people. Change the things I cannot accept. But if you're not willing to accept the things you cannot change, you have no power over, you're going to suffer. Because that's the root of all suffering, is wanting it to be other than how it is. All suffering. So the song came out, and it's called I Have the Wisdom. It's all those ones in the C minor. It's a little medley. I'm just going to start, and James will catch up. And your part goes like this. I have the wisdom, I have the courage to change the unacceptable. I have the wisdom, I have the courage to change the unacceptable. Let's try that part again. I have the wisdom, I have the courage to change the unacceptable. I have the wisdom, I have the courage to change the unacceptable. As I continue to accept the things I cannot change, I transform the things I know I can rearrange. I have the wisdom, I have the courage to change the unacceptable. I have the wisdom, I have the courage to change the unacceptable. God grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, courage to change the things I can. You know this, sing it. God grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference, and the wisdom to know the difference. Now here's for the Codependence Anonymous people. God grant me the serenity to accept the people I cannot change, courage to change the one I can. God grant me the serenity to accept the people I cannot change, courage to change the one I can, and the wisdom to know that it is me, and the wisdom to know that it is me. I have the wisdom, I have the courage to change the unacceptable. I have the wisdom, I have the courage to change the unacceptable. As I continue to accept the things I cannot change, I transform the things I know I can rearrange. I have the wisdom, I have the courage to change the unacceptable. I have the wisdom, I have the courage to change the unacceptable. Or take your power back that you've been given, get it back, and you'll have even more, have even more, even more. I have the wisdom, I have the courage to change the unacceptable. And we're going to leave it unresolved. Thank you, music lovers. So this is the newest song I wrote, and let me see how we're doing. We're going to do a few more songs, and I think that'll be good, right? So before I moved to Florida, when I was living in New Jersey, I had become very well known as a children's performer, not only as the folk music queen of New Jersey, but as a children's performer. And I had a lot of the fairy stuff. It was really, really, really fun. And when I moved to Florida, I really was focusing more on my musical ministry. And so I'm going back up to New Jersey this summer, and I thought, I'm going to find out what the summer reading program is, because every summer they have a reading program that the libraries sponsor. And I found out that it's actually create a little hour-long program for the kids on the theme. She says, the theme is Build a Better World. And I'm thinking, wow, doesn't that fit right in with ministry and acknowledging each other? No, because building a better world actually starts one-on-one, I think. That song, Let There Be Peace on Earth, I wrote one that goes, let there be peace on earth and let it begin with me and you. Because relationship is what the thing that tangibly bonds us. So I came out with Build a Better World, and I was writing the song as I was talking on the phone. I was like, I don't know. And then I recorded it on my iPhone, and I sent it in, and it turns out that the woman that I sent it to told me about this other woman, and both of them are called Sharon, and the second Sharon is in charge of the whole program. Even though she's in New Jersey and Trenton, she's in charge of the whole thing, and they're going to use the song nationally. So it goes like, this is your part. Now remember, this is a kid song, but it's really for everybody. Build a better world for every boy and girl, every woman and man, take them by the hand. Let's build a better world. Let's try it. Let's build a better world for every boy and girl, every woman and man, take them by the hand. Let's build a better. One more time. Let's build a better world for every boy and girl, every woman and man, take them by the hand. Let's build a better world. We are one big family, and we are the human race on a big and beautiful planet, spinning through outer space. Let's build a better world for every boy and girl, every woman and man, take them by the hand. Let's build a better world. Everyone has value, and we all need love and respect. This helps to build. Do unto other, it's the wise and golden rule. You're my sister, you're my brother. Life is one big school. Let's build a better world for every boy and girl, every We practiced it
Yes,
a
we
month and a
did.
half ago. So I think we're gonna do one more song.
Okay, cool.
You think that's enough? Then it'll be 9 o'clock.
Yeah.
I think that's good. Yeah. It's a good thing I could relax.
This space is so nice. We're gonna breathe.
Isn't it fabulous? You know, I mean, it's a, you know, this reminds me of how it used to be. Like, we didn't, most of the time, you never had air conditioning. Maybe not in Florida, but we never had air conditioning.
Yeah, it's true.
And, yeah, I don't care for it all that much. We have air conditioning wars.
Of course, in the summer.
Yeah. I like 80, he likes 77, and so we...
Whoa.
I'm a warm weather woman living in a cold, cold world. Not really, but we're going to do this one. It's called Conscious Communion.
Woo.
And where did this one go? Oh, this also came from class. We were studying, before I did the practitioner training, one of the classes was Practical Mysticism. And it was written, we had to study Joel Goldsmith, who I love Joel Goldsmith, if you ever get a chance to study him. Really wonderful. I think he was a contemporary of Ernest Holmes, maybe he came a little later, I'm not sure, but he was one from the old school of New Thought. And then we studied Entering the Castle by Carolyn Mace. Anybody know Carolyn Mace's work? Well, I didn't like that book. I had to read it. I like to be a good student. I like to do my homework. And it was really challenging for me to get through that book because I think, first of all, she's not a religious scientist, which I am. From that book, it seems like she thinks that God is somewhere out there instead of everywhere, including within each and every one of us. That's the way I interpreted some of the things she said. And so when you enter the castle, there's 7 mansions, so you go into each mansion and you have to do this and you have to do that. So one of the first things you do is you go deep within and you call up she calls them reptiles, you know, your shadows, the shadow, reptiles. And then you work on healing them. So each mansion, each room seemed to get a little lighter. But it was still hard for me to get through the book. So the way I got through it, I had a bookmark and I read it like this, one line at a time, and then I would underline stuff. And then sometimes I would write it in my pad. And as I was writing it in my pad, I would get a rhyme. So I think I really got the gist of the book by doing it that way, by writing a song. And that's happened to me other times too. I'll get images and then from someone else, and then I'll make a song that just exactly explains it. So they talk about the soul and the dark night of the soul, and what a lot of these mystics would do would be to actually start to welcome and look forward to a depression or a dark night of the soul. And I also was reading Care of the Soul. I was actually enjoying the chapter on depression because he talks about, Thomas More talks about, when you're in it, it's actually normal. You know, we all go through it. I mean, unless it's it can be, you know, it's too bad that we have so much medication. Now we're so used to, we don't really want to feel as deep and as high as we can. That's my opinion. But a lot of times what a depression will do, it'll cause space. And then the space gets filled with wisdom. I love that image. So in this Conscious Communion song and in the book, Entering the Castle, a lot of the mystics didn't really want to be mystics, you know, they kind of went kicking and screaming, it was a calling, and I'm feeling the same way. I don't want to be a mystic, I don't want to be a mystic, which was normal. I don't want to be one, I don't want to have seizures and fly across the room, because that's what would happen to some of them, and I really had a lot of resistance to the book. But the dark night of the soul, and the Care of the Soul helped me too with this. The question is, what does the soul want? You know, what does our inner urge really want? It might not be to have an easy life. I mean, that's fun. That's fun to have an easy life, but a lot of growth doesn't happen with an easy life, and anything that lives has to grow. So
conscious communion.
And I also wanted to thank Rose's Poses, for letting us use her space. Let's give her a hand. Yay, Rose. Come to a yoga class here, you'll love it. Conscious communion, bringing me back to my soul. A spiritual communion, reunion, I can let go of the control. Call forth from the depths, it's a mystical death. Forget the separation, I've stepped into the realization, aware of my vibration. Conscious communion, bringing me back to my soul. It's a humbling of the ego, with tears that cannot be consoled, until the time I let go, bringing in the new from the old. Pull forth from the depths, it's a mystical death. Forget the separation, I'm going for the manifestation of bringing forth transformation. Conscious communion, bringing me back to my soul. What does the source in me need? A dark night to help me succeed, opening to show me what's real, this blessed truth that was concealed. What does the source in me know? A dark night to help me grow, opening to show me myself. I couldn't be anyone else. Let's hear something. Does the source in me need? A dark night to help me succeed, opening to show me what's real, this blessed truth that was concealed. What does the source in me know? A dark night to help me grow, opening to show me myself. I couldn't be anyone else. Conscious communion, bringing me the heart of God, a spiritual reunion, inspired and I am in awe. Called forth from the depths, it's a mystical death. Forget the separation, I'm going for the inspiration, using my imagination, feeling the intoxication, shouting out my declaration. it is. Thank you. You know what? I think we have to do a song for Susan, my goddess friend.
Yes.
We didn't do any goddess stuff. How's that? We're just going to do one quick one. We're going to do La 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 Lita, the goddess of intimacy and ecstasy. We have to do that. Your Parker Snickers. We have to do another goddess song. There's not this kitchen here. This is a good place. No kitchen. La 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 Lita. La 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 Lita. La 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 Lita. Lolita, that's your part. La 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 Lita. La 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 Lita. La 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 Lita. Lolita. She's playing with flirtation. She's staying in creation. Scarlet light illumination. Mastery of manifestation. La 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 Lita. La 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 Lita. Lolita. Lolita. La 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 Lita. La 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 Lita. La 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 Lita. Lolita. Circle around now for the goddess. The power is found from within. Intimately, infinitely, Lolita shines her sacred healing light. La 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 Lita. La 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 Lita. La 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 Lita. Lolita. All right, guys. Circle around now for the goddess. The power is found from within. Infinitely, intimately, Lolita shines her sacred healing light. La 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 Lita. La 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 Lita. La 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 Lita. Lolita. One more time. La 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 Lita. La 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 Lita. La 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 Lita. Lolita. Here's the chant. Goddess of ecstasy, into me see. 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 And so it is. Thank you, everybody. And don't forget to sign in. Did everybody sign in with Rose?
I'm not sure who they are, but they're great.
Okay. Thank you again for being here. And we have the bowls. So if anybody wants to stand in a bowl and have a healing, they can do that.
Yeah.
Soon?
Okay, yeah. Okay.
Do I need a special